the clippers are one of the tools that you're going to use most often. And I love them because they do a very speedy haircut and gets you work with less hair in the tub and in front of the blow dryer. And I have a corded one. I never upgraded to cordless. I was tempted many times. And again, I'm sorry, this is very dirty because I haven't cleaned anything yet. And so I've been tempted to try cordless ones, but I'm not giving up how lightweight these are and how reliable and trustworthy these tools are. I got this and that one a couple of months apart 10 years ago. It's gonna be 10 years in April, and the only thing I had to do with them is change this cord on this one, and it's very easy. Unscrew 2 little screws back here, or actually 4 back here, take it apart, unscrew 1 screw, actually 2 back there, and then you pull out the old one, push in the new one, and then you screw this back, and that's all, because the cord broke. So they're very trustworthy. And I was really not ready for having a clipper, $600-800 clipper, break on me all the time or be super heavy on my hands. So I was like, I will work around the cord, I don't care, but I want a reliable one. I really don't want to get 2 of those super pricey ones and have them at the shop all the time because one broke. Plus, when I was considering them, the batteries were not that good like they are today, but I'm still not convinced. So it's up to you. You can do your research and read reviews, and if you want to give the cordless ones a try, go ahead. They are the one pro I have to give it to the cordless ones is if there is an electricity outage, you still can finish a haircut. But if you have generators, you still can work around that. So think about it, pros, cons, and get the ones you really like. The methods I'm going to show you how to hold it is going to be the exact same thing for both pretty much. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm right-handed, and so I have the clipper in my right hand all the time. I try to support it with most of my hand. So if you take a look here, I can operate the button very easily. And that's one thing I love about Endis, is because it's just so ergonomic and just fits in your hand. I have huge hands, bigger than my husband's, and most of the people I know. So they are very comfortable for me, and I hold them this way when I'm about to groom a doggy, and I start the clipper this way. I'm not gonna keep it on because it's gonna mess with the sounds, but I try to have it kind of sleep in my hand, so it's less work and grabbing on my hands. And I have my thumb up here all the time and try to gather information from my fingertips, how stuck it is in the coat when there are mats you are working on. It's very beneficial. And I use my other hand to help stretch the skin for the clipper, so it is less moving and pulling the clipper through the very matted coat and less work on your forearms. Try to memorize that. It's the same thing like with driving. Like at the beginning you get nervous and you're like this with the wheel in the car. Relax. You don't have to grab it like a tree trunk in a hurricane. Just hold it and make sure that you have your supporting hand and stretch the skin. Wiggle the clipper in there so you don't have to pull, because that gets injuries to the doggy. Now there are very many dogs when there's going to be significant pulling in the coat, even with the shortest blade, and then you're going to feel it in your hands. I'm not talking about tearing, pulling force, but significant enough that you, especially at the beginning, you might gonna feel it in your hands even after one doggy. So generally I groom standing all day every day, so I do a lot of standing, and I love this mat under me for that reason. And let's say here's a doggy and I'm stretching the skin and I'm just using the clipper, and I try to avoid using the clipper this way, because one slip and the clipper is out of your hands and falling down. That's another way why I like the mat under me, because if I drop a blade shear or clipper, it will hop on the top of the mat, the gel mat, so it's not going to get damaged. And I'm very rarely dropping things, but the rare occasions when I do, it's covered mostly. So this is the way I go. I try to the little one trick what I would keep in mind, the takeaway basically, is try to have the clipper sleep on your hand like this way, so it's less of a grip but more like it's resting in your palm, and more like a security encircling with your fingers for the clipper. Let's see. That one. Yeah, I would highly recommend you to get a lightweight clipper, because the more weight you are holding, the harder it will be on your joints. And for me, the hardest part is when I overwork, brushing, combing, blow drying, all of these things. I know, funny, but this muscle mass here gets really, really annoyed by those movements. So even if you put a little pressure here when that hurts at that muscle, it brings you tremendous relief. And I'm going to include videos how to get aches out of your body from other people, different professionals, so they know what they are doing. I'm just experiencing like, okay, it hurt me, and my massage therapist told me to push it here, and she was rubbing here like mad, and then it got better. So I'm going to share what I know so far. And let's see that one lightweight one, handling techniques. Okay, so that would be the main thing, to keep the clipper, not hold it but like this, because its safety perspective is not ideal, but to have it in your hand, grab it really good, and keep it there. And when you're not using it, put it back on the little hook that the table comes with, so it's nice and organized and safe, and doggies won't step on it or kick it off the table.